Daniel Chatney to lead us.
Please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. We will begin with our consent agenda, and all items on the consent agenda are considered routine in nature. If anyone would like to remove an item? Yes.
Yes, I'd like to remove 21I.
21I. Anyone else like to remove an item? And anyone in the audience wish to remove an item from the consent agenda? All right, then seeing none, we'll bring this back to the board for a motion.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
All right,
Move approval of remaining items, sorry.
So we have a motion by Gustafson, second by Jones. Roll call, please.
Landon,
Yes.
DiMattei,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Gore.
Aye. Great, thank you. And next, we'll take item 21I. And Supervisor Jones, did you want to share?
Yes. The reason I pulled it is because I would like to increase our donation from $750 to $1,000.
All right, thank you. Any questions? I'll open this item up to the public. Any questions on that? All right, close public comment, and then, does this need to be a roll call?
No.
No, thank you. All right, so may I have a?
I'll move approval.
Great.
Second.
Motion by Jones, second by Gustafson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have public comment. This is an opportunity for folks in the public to comment on items that are not on our agenda. Come on up. Good morning.
Good morning, Catherine Hill, Tahoe City Downtown Association. Thank you guys for being here in Tahoe today. I just wanted to share a few things we have coming up in Tahoe City. Our farmers market continues through the fall every Thursday. October 10th and 11th, we have our Tahoe Literary Festival returning to Tahoe City. The Harvest Festival returns the 18th. New events this year, October 24th, we have the first Halloween pub crawl in Tahoe City, and then the 25th, haunted historic walking tours that we're bringing to town. Should be fun. And then the 31st, downtown trick-or-treating at our local businesses, and the Watson Cabin Haunted House. So we hope you guys can join us. And then on another issue, I wanted to come here today on behalf of the Downtown Association to express our concern regarding Caltrans's recent decision to raise speed limits on Highway 89 along the West Shore, particularly in areas where there are multiple pedestrian crossings. These crossings are used daily by our visitors and our residents, and they're increasing the speed limit increases the risk to pedestrians. For years, we've been asking for stronger safety measures, and instead, Caltrans has increased the speed limits in those zones. So we ask that the Board of Supervisors look into that matter and, if possible, advocate for those speeds to be reduced back down. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Appreciate that. And if you're looking for something fun to do, come to Tahoe and enjoy all the great things in Tahoe City. Appreciate that.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Quick? What was it? I was just curious what it was, and what the speed is reduced to now.
35, and now it's 45 in West
Oh,
Shore.
sorry.
Yeah,
Increase.
some areas it went up to 40, especially around the Sunnyside area where there's 4 crossings in less than a half a mile, and then other areas it went up to 45. Starting at Grand Labacan, right where there's a pedestrian crossing, they increased the speed limit. So it's active all day, all year. I mean, it's amazing the amount of traffic there, and to increase the speed limits, it's really been dangerous. And we've also been asking for signalized crossings, and the PUD has recently put in a couple at their bike crossings, but Caltrans has not added any to the pedestrian crossings.
Thank you.
So for the rest of the board, we've been very active in this and sent letters to District 3. Derek Gady, our Director of Public Works, is engaged with Caltrans as well and been told no. So happy to bring it forward for the full board to take an action, because maybe a united proclamation from the board would be better than just one letter from one county supervisor. So we've been working on it, Kat,
Yep,
but I know
I'm
it's
aware, but I
frustrating.
wanted to bring that forward. And most of the people live along the West Shore and drive there have also been contacting Caltrans, so they're aware of the concern.
Yep.
Yeah,
Great.
but I agree.
Thank
More of us
you.
together. Thank you.
Appreciate that very much. Anyone else like to make a public comment All right, and then do we have one on ADA accommodation?
Caller, go ahead and unmute your mic and give your comments.
Greetings this morning, Supervisors Diane Louise Alessi from Christian Valley Park Community Services District, and just an IT issue. The prior speaker, the podium kept cutting out and somebody else had a hot mic, so that was kind of a disaster and overall low volume. So just on the IT side for the rest of the day. But my basically quick comment this morning is I'm encouraging this board to promote no on Prop 50 to this boondoggle, and Sacramento's pulling off for $200 million special election to basically turn Placer County blue instead of red. Not appreciated in the slightest, and I think picking up 5 more Democratic seats is not good for the state. The state is already in too much trouble, and there's so much going on in the legislature. I think it would be really great to have like a really easy fine point of where our supervisors stand on some of these main issues that are coming forth, especially in this special election. That's that. Then I have kind of from a personal perspective, but I have a contrast that I can make with it. And I've brought this up before to you about having a death in the family, having to go through the probate process and informing the county the death of owner to bring to next of kin such as myself. And of course the state form, the Board of Equalization's form, has to be filled out within 150 days or there's fees and percentages attached to these that must be paid. So when I sent that in to the assessor's office, I'm now being asked where are my letters. Well, the hearings are at least 6 months out for probate, which there's this overlap time. So I did it with El Dorado and it went smoothly. And I'm going to be informed and given the assessor and the tax bill so that I can pay it. I have a squatter situation at the residence where that billing would go. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard spot. Give me the letters of administration or letters testamentary. I can't get those till after December. And well, you know, the tax rolls are already going. So I'm bringing this to the board's attention that if El Dorado can see their way through the fact that there's a timeline there and that I am an interested party in the estate, regardless of who's squatting in the property, that at least duplicate bill come to me. So with that, I'm going to yield and thank you for your attention to that matter. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that. All right, if there are no other further public comments, we will close public comment and bring it to board member and county executive report. So my colleagues, anyone? Supervisor Gustafson.
Thank you. I just wanted to report that I had the privilege for my first time, to attend RCRC, and obviously Supervisor Landon, our representative on that, does a great job. It was really informative to have it up here at Everline Resort and be able to attend some of the sessions. Especially appreciated getting to know the supervisors at San Luis Obispo County and Napa County who have worked on the fire consolidation issues in their respective counties. I thought that was very informative in their CAL FIRE contracts. And then LAFCO update, our commission met in closed session and scheduled discussion on how to replace our executive officer who's moving on to the state. We did pick Plan West Consulting for up to 6 months to be the interim executive officer of LAFCO so we can continue to process applications, annexations, any activities that need to be processed, and then simultaneously going out for recruitment for a new executive officer. So I wanted to make sure. And then last night, a number of us got to see Fanny Bridge and the beams going in, and I just think that's a remarkable accomplishment for our community after all these years. That project started in 2017 with the new bridge being built, and then they had to put a pause on the reconstruction because they ran out of funding. Got the funding back together, coordinated with our Public Works team, and just an incredible effort to see it live and in person, so thank you.
What's the ETA of it actually being completed?
I know they were shooting for November, and I see nodding heads in the audience that sometime in November is, they hope to. And while we usually want a good winter storm and around that time, maybe this year we want it mid-November. I don't know.
Great, thank you. Any other board reports? I have just a couple things. One, I wanted to let you know that when Prop 50 came before, now that it'll come before the voters, I serve on the CSAC, the California State Association of Counties Board, and our staff really lobbied hard to make sure that we got the funds for the election, because originally the governor was saying that counties had enough money to do a brand-new election, unplanned for. So they were able to advocate and get probably between $200 and $250 million for this election coming up. And I think for us, it might cost us about $2 million, $2.5 million in Placer County. So I'm grateful that we have people advocating to try to make sure counties remain whole, because these unexpected expenses, it's not a drop in the bucket. And then I wanted to share that we had 2 members of our community pass away in the last couple of weeks who served the city of Roseville and then our greater area. Harry Crabb was the mayor of Roseville for 18 years. He became mayor of Roseville in 1980 after serving on many committees and on the planning commission, and he was just a force to be reckoned with. He loved the city of Roseville, and I remember when I ran for the city council, he grilled me to make sure that I appreciated the city as much as he did. So he passed away, and he actually served 18 years and then 4 terms as mayor. And then another gentleman who passed away is Senator Rico Aller, and Rico was a state assembly member and senator representing the Gold Country area and Placer County up north. And I had the pleasure of working for him as a district representative for a couple of years. He served in the assembly for 4 years from 1996 to 2000, and then the state senate until 2004. So I just wanted to recognize those gentlemen who did what we all want to do, which is serve our community, and they did that well. And so at the end of the meeting, I'd like to just adjourn in their memory today. Thank you. So with that, we are going to move to, we have some department items. We've got a couple of department items since our first timed item is at 9:45. So we've got item 5A, which is a Health and Human Services item, the California Department of Public Health funding for the Women, Infant, and Children program. And do we have somebody online? He's on Zoom. Okay.
Good morning, Chair Gore, board members. I'm Mike Romero, Deputy Director of Health and Human Services for the Public Health Division. The item I am presenting today is about the Women, Infants, and Children program, also known as WIC. I'll be referring to it as WIC. The action requested is to adopt a resolution authorizing the Director of Health and Human Services, or designee, to sign a revenue agreement with the California Department of Public Health for the operation of the Women, Infants, and Children program from October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2028, for an amount not to exceed $4,519,226, with risk management and county council concurrence, and sign related amendments up to $100,000 and documentation related to this funding, consistent with the subject matter and scope of work, with risk management and county council concurrence. So WIC is not new. In fact, WIC has celebrated its 50th anniversary just last year. WIC provides participants with access to scientifically selected nutrient-rich foods, information on healthy eating, and referrals to healthcare and community programs. WIC serves about 3,410 income-eligible participants per month including pregnant women, new mothers, infants, and young children up to age 5. Research has shown that every dollar spent on a pregnant woman in WIC saves up to $2.48 in healthcare costs for mother and newborn. Participation in WIC improves nutrition, resulting in overall healthier pregnancies, healthier birth outcomes, and better growth and development of young children. Additionally, each year, women and children in WIC have access to over $3 million worth of healthy foods from local grocers with program-issued WIC cards. Nutrition and health education are also provided to WIC participants, along with support and information about breastfeeding, help in finding health care and community services, including referrals to Medi-Cal and CalFresh. WIC also participates in a farmers market program that enables WIC participants to purchase locally grown produce. So public health is fortunate to have a very strong WIC program with experienced and dedicated leadership and staff, providing WIC services out of Rockland, Auburn, and Kings Beach. And since you're in Kings Beach this morning, I would like to recognize Celeste Lopez from the Human Services Division, who provides our WIC services for public health and for Eastern Placer residents. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate that. Any questions from my colleagues? I don't see any. We will open this up for public comment. Any comments from the public? And nobody online, me again? All right, great. We'll close public comment and bring it back to the board for any action.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Motion by Jones, second by Landon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And next we have item 6A, which is a MOU and funding agreement with Tahoe North Truckee Transportation Management Association. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. Nick Martin with your County Executive Office here in Tahoe. No lengthy presentation this morning for these items. These are just 2 agreements that are being requested from your board for the Truckee North Tahoe Transportation Management Association. The first one being an MOU for winter park and ride services, and then the second one being a funding agreement for the North Lake Tahoe Express. If you remember back to your June board meeting, we brought 2, or at that time 3 agreements to your board with TNT TMA. One of those was the North Lake Tahoe Express. This is coming back to your board now. There was a change in the structure of that agreement. It was previously a 5-party agreement. They have now brought on a new funding partner with the Reno Tahoe Airport. And so at that, the partners and TMA decided to seek individual agreements with each entity under the same structure and funding allotments as before. It's just now this is coming to your board as a agreement 2-party between TNT TMA and the county. For the winter park and ride agreement, that was scheduled to go to your board in June. It was pulled late in the process due to some discussions around the payment structure for TMA to be able to process and move forward with their services with a large increase in the funding needed for that. They needed a different structure to be able to recoup some costs sooner as they were incurring them. And so it took us some time to bring that back. Part of that was because they had a successful application to the TOTT Dollars at Work Emergent Grant Cycle. So there's an additional influx of $431,000 that was recommended by the TOT committee for that. For the winter park and ride services, which is bringing some enhanced service to both Sugar Bowl and Palisades Tahoe. So the actions requested of your board, number 1 is to authorize the CEO or designee to execute a memorandum of understanding between the County of Placer and Truckee North Tahoe Transportation Management Association for administration and promotion of winter park and ride services in Eastern Placer County for fiscal year 25-26 in the amount of up to $522,495 for a contract term of December 3rd, 2025 through April 15th, 2026, subject to County Council and Risk Management concurrence. And the second item is to authorize the County Executive Officer or designee to execute a funding agreement between the County of Placer and the Truckee North Tahoe Transportation Management Association for the operation of the North Lake Tahoe Express in Eastern Placer County for fiscal year 25-26 in the amount of up to $152,612 for a contract term of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, subject to county council and risk management concurrence. And with that, I'm available for any questions, and I believe the Executive Director of TNT TMA, Sarah Van Sicklen, is also available online if needed.
Great, thank you very much. Appreciate that, Nick. Any questions? Supervisor Gustafson?
Thank you. Real quick on the park and ride, is that solely funded through TOT from the Placer County, or are there other financing partners in that one? I wasn't clear on that. Maybe I didn't read
Sorry,
it
no,
close
good
enough.
question. So the difference in the agreement this year, the MOU structure is Placer County is still funding Winter Park and Ride at a similar level as we have in the past, which is, if you look through Exhibit B at the very end of that agreement, is the funding amount is $90,000. That's being requested from Placer County TOT funding. The TOT TBID Dollars at Work program is funding an enhanced service, expanded shuttle service, and that total amount is $431,000. Sorry, $431,733.
Okay.
So it's a mix this year, different than how it's been done in the past, due to the success of the Winter Park and Ride program over the previous few seasons.
Great, thank you. Thanks. I had missed Exhibit B, so that broke it out for me. Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll open it up to the public. Any public comment on this item? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board for discussion or action.
I will make a motion to approve 6. Can I do this in one motion, read into the record already by Nick?
Yes.
I'm sorry, did you have a question?
No.
I was going to move approval of items 6A, 1, and 2.
And I'll second that motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Great, thank you. Okay, that actually concludes our department items. We thought it was going to be a very full morning, and it was not as full. So our next item is time for 9:45. It is 9:23, which means we're going to take a break until 9:45. And can I ask if you're able to actually put up on the screen that we're going to re-adjourn at 9:45, if you're able to do that, my friendly IT friends, that would be terrific. And then you can turn the music back on and y'all can talk to us while we wait until 9:45. Thank you.
And turn off all your mics.
Yeah, what's that?
And turn off all your mics.
Yeah, turn off your mic.
Thank you.
All right, Megan, are we ready to go? All right, welcome back. Thank you for your patience. We are going to now take our 9:45 timed item, which is a proclamation for Gold Star Families Remembrance Day. And I've got the proclamation here, and I will go ahead and read it. So whereas America's Gold Star families are the immediate family members of United States Armed Forces service members who have died in the line of duty, a designation formally recognized by Congress in 1947 through the authorization of the Gold Star lapel button, signifying the nation's commitment to remember and honor the sacrifice of their loved ones. And whereas the Gold Star tradition originated during World War I, when families displayed service flags with blue stars representing active duty service members and gold stars representing those who had died in service, a practice that endures today as a symbol of sacrifice and national gratitude. And whereas Gold Star families embody resilience, courage, and enduring patriotism as they honor the memory of their fallen loved ones, while continuing to serve their communities and country. And whereas organizations such as Gold Star Mothers Incorporated, Gold Star Wives of America, and Gold Star Family support networks provide critical peer support, remembrance activities, and advocacy for families of the fallen, ensuring that these sacrifices are never forgotten. And whereas the strength of our military is our service members, the strength of our service members is our families. Placer County recognizes that no one has given more for the nation than the families of the fallen. And whereas caring for our veterans is essential to preserving the soul of our nation, Placer County stands ready to serve our veterans and their families, ensuring they are supported, remembered, and honored, not just on this day, but every day. Whereas the Placer County Board of Supervisors encourages all residents to honor and support the families of our fallen service members, participate in observances recognizing their sacrifice and service, and reflect upon the freedoms we hold because of the sacrifices made by these courageous individuals and their families. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the above proclamation was duly passed by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Placer on behalf of the citizens of Placer County at a meeting on today, September 23rd, proclaiming September 28th, 2025 as Gold Star Families Remembrance Day in Placer County. And joining us this morning is Steve Johnson, who oversees our Veteran Services Office. And Steve, I'd like to have you make a couple of comments, if you would.
Great, thank you. Board of Supervisors, Chair Gore, the county leadership. I appreciate the opportunity, as always, to get up here and talk about our veteran community in any way possible. And I do also want to say thanks to the board for all the proclamations over the last year that have been veteran-centric. I don't think that's lost on our community, so thank you. As mentioned, I am Steve Johnson. I'm the Placer County Veteran Service Officer. I'm also a retired Air Force veteran, and this issue of Gold Star Families is specifically near and dear to me, not only as a retired veteran, but unfortunately, during years of service, I have lost fellow airmen in the line of duty, but also loved ones in my family that made the ultimate sacrifice. And so they're not Placer County veterans. I won't spend a lot of time on it, but my Uncle Jeff passed away when I was really little. He was serving in the U.S. Army in Germany, and that was something that I remember as a core memory for me as a little kid. He was 20 years old. And in 2005, my cousin Matt was killed in action on September 16th in Iraq, so just 20 years ago this past week. Matt was conducting a mission in Iraq, OSED, and he's also a soldier in the Army. So these sacrifices will never be forgotten by our family, just like many of our families in our community that have endured these heartbreaking moments. Many of us have these connection to Gold Star families, whether our families, our friends, or even our neighbors. We've all become familiar with Sergeant Nicole G., who was killed in action during the Abbey Gate attack in the 2021 withdrawal from Afghanistan. And of course, our community has made a great effort not to ever forget Sergeant G., which we appreciate. But today I'd like to share some comments from a Gold Star mom in our county. She was going to be here with me today, but unfortunately she's in our nation's capital today. She lives right down the street from me, actually, in Lincoln, so that's kind of neat. But she gave me a brief statement to read, so I'm going to do that. Her name is Karen Meredith. She lives in Lincoln, California, and she's a Gold Star mother. U.S. Army First Lieutenant Ken Ballard was a tank commander and had been in Iraq for 384 days when he was killed on Memorial Day of 2004. Ken was a fourth-generation Army officer and my only child. He was awarded 3 Bronze Stars, the Presidential Unit Citation, and of course a Purple Heart for his service in Iraq. He loved serving his country. Speaking on behalf of Karen, I am the president of American Gold Star Mothers, Department of Northern California, and have been an advocate for Gold Star and military families for 21 years. The award commemorates the tragic death of a military member who has perished while in the line of duty and hopes to provide a level of comfort to the parents and families that are left behind. Since World War I, a Gold Star family has signified a family that has lost one of its members in combat. The Gold Star next of kin pin signifies a family that has lost one of its members while serving on active duty. The family can display a Gold Star service flag for any military family members who have died from an honorable cause. Each Gold Star on the flag signifies a death. Though today only around 1% of the country is involved in military service, as compared to the pretty staggering 12% during other times of war like World War II, there are still a significant number of surviving Gold Star families, not to mention a Gold Star lives on in a family's legacy. So I personally want to thank Karen for providing her comments and for the service that she continues to provide to our Gold Star families in Northern California. We will continue to honor Ken and all who have perished while serving their nation. Finally, I would just like to mention that if there are any Gold Star families or any veterans at all who need assistance with military or veteran benefits, please contact our Placer County Veteran Service Office. We stand ready to serve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate that. And please tell Karen how much we appreciate her sharing with us her comments. And she certainly paid the ultimate sacrifice of losing her son for our country. So very much appreciated. I wanted to give any members, any of my colleagues, an opportunity to say something before we open this up to the public.
I'd like to say, Steve, thank you so much for everything that you do in your office's Veteran Support Services. I know it's very greatly appreciated by everyone, and thanks for bringing this forward to us today. Those families do pay the ultimate price when they lose their children or spouses, anything like that. So we wholly support this, and thank you so much.
Supervisor Landon.
Thanks. I'll just echo what Supervisor Jones said and just want to reiterate how fortunate and blessed we are to have you as our VSO. I think you just really go above and beyond for the veterans community, and I have heard from many veterans in the community just how awesome you are. And so thank you for that. And then also thank you for recognizing such an important cause and how neat it is that we have the president of Gold Star. Is it Gold Star Moms?
It is Gold Star Mothers of Northern California. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, right here in our little area. So please extend our thanks to her and just really appreciate the work that you do.
Supervisor DiMattei.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve, for being here. And just thank you, too, for the commitment that all the veterans pay to us. And it's a pleasure for me to have the honor to work with you guys. So thank you.
Supervisor Gustafson.
Thank you, Steve, and it truly is an honor to have you. And I think the word to so many of those out there, Placer County does honor our veterans and those that we've lost. We all truly appreciate. And the services and the number of claims and assistance that we've watched your numbers skyrocket. And so just a plea to any veterans out there or anyone who knows a veteran who's in need, please get them to your office because you're doing incredible things on behalf of our veterans. So thank you.
Thank you. Would anybody in the public wish to make a comment on this item? All right, well, seeing none, we'll close public comment and ask the board to move approval of the proclamation.
I will proudly, as a veteran spouse, move approval.
Thank you.
Second.
And second by Supervisor DiMattei. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Super. You know, I see our photographer over there, and I don't have the full proclamation. Oh, you have it there. So let's come down and take a photo, and I'll ask the entire board to join me. I think that would be appropriate.
Can we promote their 12 minutes?
It's happened to so many people, though.
Veterans on?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. We'll do a few. 3, 2, 1 more.
Thank you so much. I have to tell you, I put one on an honor flight the week before last. He certainly did. Yes, I'll tell a little bit about it. Chair, before we move on, can I say something about veterans service?
Yeah. All right, Supervisor Jones wanted to make a comment, so please
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. What I wanted to mention was, it's related to veterans. The week before last, my husband went on what they call an honor flight, and he escorted a veteran from the Bay Area, and it was just so amazing. He was just so thrilled when he got back. And what they do is they fly out early on a Thursday morning. They go straight to D.C., and he meets up with his sponsor, E, and they take this plane load of veterans. They go to D.C., and they go to every memorial there. And they also have a women's veterans memorial there as well. So they're touring all day Thursday, all day Friday, and then part of Saturday before they pick them all up. But they have wheelchairs for all of the guys that they're hosting and sponsoring, so because they do a lot of walking, even if they don't normally use a wheelchair. But he said it was just so amazing, and the pride and everything it brings up in everyone, the service. They're mostly Vietnam veterans right now, so they spend a lot of time at the wall. But really a proud day, and he really enjoyed it. Had a good time.
Well,
Wanted to let
thank you
know
for
about
sharing that. I
You
think
bet.
it's a great opportunity for veterans to serve older veterans, and I know that we support that in our office, so appreciate you sharing that. I've been trying to get my husband actually to sign up to do that. So I'll have him talk to Cliff.
I have one more comment.
Yeah, Supervisor Dimitri.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to mention, which I forgot to mention earlier, is that the American Legion Post 775 is having a comedy night on September 27th from 6 to 10 on Horseshoe Bar Road, which is next week. Tickets, I believe, are still on sale. It's not sold out. These 3 great comedians will be there. It'll be a great night to help them raise money as well. So I just wanted to put a shout out for that. So I will also have that posted. So if anybody wants to see it online, we'll have that up on our website. So
Great, thank you for sharing.
thank you again. You're welcome.
Yeah. September 27th, Friday evening, a great way to spend a Friday evening, some laughs and supporting veterans. All right, so we have 2 minutes, so we're going to wait 2 minutes before our next timed item, which is at 10 a.m. So don't go very far. We'll just stay here until 10 o'clock comes around. Hey, Megan, though, I don't know if I love that, because then they have to stick around for. All right, it looks like it is 10:02, so we are back, and are going to take our 10 a.m. timed item, which is our treasurer tax collector, who's going to present to us Tristan Butcher, and it is a formation of a joint powers authority with the Tahoe City Public Utility District. Good morning, Tristan.
Good morning, Chair, Honorable Board. Tristan Butcher, Placer County Treasurer Tax Collector. Today's item I have for your consideration is a formation of a joint powers authority with the Tahoe City Public Utility District. There are 2 actions requested. Adopt a resolution authorizing the county executive officer on behalf of the county to enter into the joint exercise powers agreement relating to the Tahoe City Public Utilities District Public Financing Authority and execute all documents necessary to give effect to that purpose, subject to county council and risk management concurrence. Second item is determine that the proposed actions are each not a project pursuant to California Environmental Quality Act, guidelines section 15378. The county was approached a few months ago from the district, Tahoe City Public Utility District. They are interested in seeking financing for some public infrastructure upgrades that are needed throughout their district. And so they were looking for an opportunity to form an authority to be able to go out to market and to get financing to be able to complete those improvements. So they reached out to the county. We reviewed it internally. Staff reviewed it along with county council, CEO's office to meet that demand, and we were able to do so. And so this item is before you. This is a joint powers authority, so the county has no obligations related to it directly. The obligations fall on the authority once it's formed, so any debt that's incurred will fall back on that district. The actual utility district itself, none of those obligations transfer over to the county, and the entire JPA will be managed by the utility district. There is no direct fiscal impact to the county associated with the formation of the JPA. All financing costs and repayment obligations will rest with the district. My office will still monitor to make sure that the disclosure requirements are met and make sure for any possible bond issuances, just to ensure that a JPA that's associated with the county is fulfilling their requirements. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Any questions? And I'm just going to clarify, so even though it's a JPA, where you typically have 2 parties participating in actions together on behalf of the 2 entities of mutual concern, this is just a way for the PUD to bond for needed infrastructure.
Exactly.
Correct? Okay, and then we're not, as a county, liable for anything, and that's written in whatever documents are made available as we move forward with the JPA. It'll be written in that we're not liable.
No, it's included in the MOU. The JPA is a new public entity that accepts that responsibility. Whatever the district pledges for collateral could be subject to anything that would fall back, but the county itself would not be responsible for anything. This is similar to what we have done in the past with, for example, PCPFA, Placer County Public Financing Authority. That was the Board of Supervisors and the Redevelopment Agency formed a JPA for the benefit of the Empower program and then also for completing lease revenue financings for buildings.
Great, thank you very much. Let's open this up to the public. Any comments from members of the public?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Chair Gore and Board of Supervisors. I'm Kim Boyd. I'm with the Tahoe City Public Utility District, and I'm just here on behalf of the district to say thank you for your consideration of this item. It is an important tool in our financing strategy for long-term water infrastructure improvement projects in particular. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that. Anyone else in the public? All right, we'll close public comment and bring it back to the board.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion by Jones, second by Gustafson. All those, that's a roll call, please.
DeMattei.
Yes.
Jones.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Landon.
Yes.
Gore.
Aye. Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And so it is now 10:07. We have a 10:15 timed item, which we will take at 10:15. So we'll take a brief break, be back at 10:15. Thank you. All right, it is 10:15 a.m., so we will come back for our 10:15 timed item, which is item 3A. It's the Board Assumption of Appeal Authority for Homeward Lots 12 and 13. And Chris Bahuli, with our planning manager, is here to present. Good morning.
Good morning, Chair Gore. Board members, Chris Bahuli, Placer County Planning Director. Over the weekend, staff received notice from the appellant, Keep Homewood Public, withdrawing their appeal of the Homewood Lots 12 and 13 Planning Director's interpretation, which is the subject of this item. Therefore, staff is requesting that this item be dropped from today's agenda. That concludes my remarks.
All right, thank you. I'm going to have council explain our process.
Thank you, Chair. Under our county code, specifically section 17.60.110, once an appeal has been filed, the appeal cannot be withdrawn except with consent of the Board of Supervisors. So for that reason, what I suggest that we do is that we take public comment on the question only of whether the appeal can be withdrawn, and then have a vote by the board whether to consent to withdraw the appeal and removal of the item from the agenda.
All right, thank you very much. So I will open this item to the public. If anybody wants to comment on the board withdrawing the appeal. All right, and seeing no public comment, bring it back to the board for any conversation or action. No conversation.
I don't believe I need any conversation. Happy to move approval.
And I'm happy to second.
All right, and so we're moving approval to withdraw the,
I can take
yes, please
to
give
withdraw
us
the
word.
appeal and remove the item from the agenda.
All right, that's what we're moving. So motion by Gustafson, second by Jones. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, well, thank you very much. Appreciate that, Chris. And then with that, our next timed item is at 11 a.m. So we anticipated a very full morning, but not a full morning. So we do need to come back at 11 a.m. because it's a timed item. So we will break until 11 a.m. and I'll ask staff to put up, the board is adjourned until 11 a.m. That would be great. And we'll take a break, a 45-minute break, with maybe some music. Thank you. We are back for our 11 a.m. timed item, and this is item 4A, revocation of exclusive rights to parking area, et cetera. So do we have Matt Randall from Public Works on? All right, good morning, Matt. Nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, good morning, Chair Gore. Good morning, board members. Matt Randall, Deputy Director with Public Works. Again, coming back to you about the revocation of the exclusive rights of encroachment permit number 48 related to the Alpine Peaks Residents Association on Courcheville Road up in Ward Canyon. And for this item, the Department of Public Works, we are requesting to continue this item to the November 18th, 2025 meeting at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as possible. So with that, happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Gustafson?
Matt, I apologize. I meant to call you about this and ask this question. Are we anticipating that we'll have actions that'll allow that area for winter parking or not?
We're working on it.
Okay.
I will say optimistically, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're working towards that solution. I don't have like an ironclad report at the moment, but we're working on it. If that's okay to leave it at that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, great.
And I don't see any other questions. I'll open it up to the public for any public comment. See no public comments. Then do we need to take an action to continue the item?
I will move that we continue the item to November 18th at, was it 9 a.m.?
Or sometime
Or
thereafter?
sometime after,
I'll
yes.
second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, with that, we are finished with today's business. And as a reminder, we're just going to adjourn in the memory of Senator Rico Waller and former Mayor Harry Crabb. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you at the next meeting.